Okay, I think we're live, which is a good thing. You're just gonna have to bear with me a little bit because I am trying out um, trying out my AirPods because currently my step grandmother is sick, so she's at the house a lot, but she's also coming and going now that she's feeling a bit better. And my stepmom's also checking up on her, so they might be coming in and out in the background during the stream. So I do apologize if you guys see them, but I'm trying to minimize that whole thing. So if there's an audio issue here, let me know. I'm just going to be drawing. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm just quickly... I'm just letting some people know I went live. Okay. And let me... Okay. So I'm going to be on today from 7 to 9, and sometimes we go over, it happens. And I do want to get into drawing. And I've been having, I guess, kind of a rough time figuring out what I want to draw precisely because, I don't know, I'm just like not in the best drawing mood, I guess. I don't know. I'm not feeling it that much today, but I'm going to, we're doing this, so I will be drawing. I just have to figure out what it is I want to draw. So if at any point you guys want to make any suggestions, I'd appreciate it. Just putting that in the chat. Otherwise, I guess let's get started. And I mean, this kind of goes without saying, but I'm going to say it. If you have a suggestion or make a suggestion and I'm just not into it, doesn't mean I'm not into your idea or it's not a cool idea. It just might be I'm not into it right now. And that's fine. Okay. I'm hoping my stream looks okay. But I guess since like no one's here yet, I'm gonna just kind of search Pinterest for something that might catch my eye. I don't know yet. I put a couple things. I did give you guys a link down in the description box to tonight's live stream Pinterest board, which is basically where all my reference photos for this live stream are saved. I have a couple in there right now that are interesting or kind of spoke to me, but I don't know. I'm not like feeling them 100%, if that makes sense. I don't know what I'm feeling 100%, to be quite honest. So, again, if you guys have any suggestions, I'll take them into consideration. Yeah, I'm just looking at Pinterest, and I would share my screen, but like I'm a little nervous about like because I have some. I mean, they're dressed, but they're like in underwear because it's like a figure. It's meant to be like a pose for a figure drawing. So I'm like feeling people today, you know? Mm, I don't know if I want to draw portraits or what's the deal. I really don't. Yeah, I guess we'll just do, I'll look for a figure drawing that I feel like drawing and we'll go with that. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I decided to do. I found one that's like I've been kind of eyeing for a little while now. So I think it'll be a good uh, thing to start with. So we can warm up and all that jazz. So she's kind of probably didn't have to make her that high up on the thing here. A leg there. Her knee is there. Okay. Dent, dent. We have another one, kind of going that way. Here. This lead might be too light for me. And this woman's a very skinny woman. I wouldn't be surprised if she was like in gymnastics or something, you know? I'm just trying to get the form down as best as I can. And what I might do is go in with like a darker pen at some point and kind of see if I can do anything here. Mm-hmm. No, I think that's more like that. Yeah, that makes more sense. It's really about landmarks. I mean, trying to figure out where things are in regards to and there's going to be some foreshortening with this arm because it's coming towards us. It's kind of where her shoulder is. And then her shoulder, her elbow. That's definitely not where her shoulder is. Her shoulder's over here. This is not like a humpback. It kind of goes in like that. A little bit of a, it's like a tiny bit of fat, or maybe that's rib cage, or I don't know what that is. But the back isn't just one big curve, it's a bunch of little ones. And let's see here. Okay, so I want to make sure I can see the chat because right now I can't see the chat in case anybody comes and says something. I'm just moving this. There we go. I just moved I have another window open with the, I guess, figure I'm drawing. So, can you see that? Okay. Let's see. Probably should get to the legs before I get into too much detail, and they're probably too long, but we'll fix that. That's the other good thing about drawing. Everything is fixable. I feel like a lot of people, including myself, just think, once you have, like, you're drawing in pencil, so it's not like it's not fixable, whatever you're doing. So how was everyone's day? I was actually very busy, but I've said this on my channel, but I used to be a nurse when I lived back in New Jersey. That's what I went to school for my nursing degree. And after working the pandemic, I was just so not into it, I guess, anymore. Like it wasn't for me. And I had like hints along the way, but I think the pandemic just kind of solidified it for me. Because I didn't think, I don't know. I guess I grew up with like, I don't think either of my parents, well, maybe my dad. My dad probably enjoys his job, but um, I don't think my mom really. I think she likes certain aspects of her job. That's what I thought. I thought I didn't like certain aspects of it, and that was like normal, you know? Like it's normal to not like certain aspects of your job. But I don't know. I guess for me, nurses were always treated horribly, but going into the pandemic as I get a nurse, like a brand new nurse, she has way thinner legs than this. And I think it's a little bit longer for lower leg here. But as I was saying, so I have a nursing like an active nursing license in New Jersey. And I I guess I figured I should renew it. That looks very weird, but believe it or not, her leg kind of looks like this. Um, I had to, I figured I should keep my license like active just in case, because I never knew like when I would need it, I guess as a backup plan. And unfortunately, I made, unfortunately, I made the decision that I should keep my nursing license. And since it expires next month in New Jersey, um, I had to move it down to Florida because that's where I live now. And that requires a lot of paperwork. It requires a lot of money, apparently, that I was not very happy about spending. Let me tell you, this government will take as much money as it wants from you, and it will never shy away of an opportunity to do so. But like even when you're doing something to help people, my job is about helping people. So yeah, but I guess for me, um, yeah, I had to go do adult things today by I had to go get my fingers printed. Um, that cost about $100 down here. And I had to also get like certified checks to pay both New Jersey and um, Florida. And I had to pay New Jersey because they're sending information, like confirmation of my license to Florida. So that's why. And I had to send Florida money to process the new license, the license that is for here, you know. So that was all fun and dandy because neither of those were cheap either. And after that, I had to go to the post office and send all that stuff. Luckily, like this all was like it was all a very quick process. So like I wasn't like, I did it during my lunch break, it wasn't a big deal to do when it came to like my work, but none of it, I will say, none of it was cheap. And it's to maintain a license I hope to and may never, I hope to never use and may hopefully never use, I guess is what I'm trying to say. English is not working currently um, because it's just been a busy day. And then, of course, on top of it, you're working. So I had to like make sure everything was filled out correctly, that I was sending the right forms to, the right state governments. Because I don't know if any of you guys have had to deal with the state governments in any way, but you get one thing wrong, and I get it, they have rules. So if you work, I'm not mad at the people who work for the state governments, I'm just mad that it's like such a process. But well, not mad, I guess just frustrated. But yeah, so that was my day. But we ended it with a great meal. My stepmom made this, and I'm not like, I mean, I eat my veggies, I think, as much as any adult does, but she made this really delicious um, veggie, like ratatouille almost. I mean, it was better than ratatouille though. Like it was, I don't even know how to describe what it was. She called it ragu, like a vegetable ragu. I hope this leg is doing what it's supposed to be doing. I mean, it looks weird, kind of a little bit. But yeah, so it was good. And I'm happy that's how we finished the day. Okay, at least got her legs right. Now I gotta get, this is probably gonna be the most difficult portion because of, it's like really small in the reference photo. Can I zoom in? I guess it has to, oh, that's way too zoomed in. Okay, never mind. So we'll just have to make do, but that's her elbow there. Kind of, and she's wearing like these bracelets and stuff. We'll just pretend the bracelets aren't there. Yeah, that's where her other arm is gonna come out. But I'll fix, I think I'm gonna fix this side first because I'm gonna procrastinate. I'm gonna procrastinate the harder parts. Chest comes out. I think that makes sense based on what I'm seeing. I think that makes sense. And her arm kind of goes out like that. Well, in is probably the word I should use. Her face kind of goes in like that. I think. Like, because her arm partially covers the side of her face. I'll add the jewelry later. Yeah, the bracelets that she's wearing are really throwing me off. But it is what it is. And I'm just gonna kind of put like placeholders for her hands, I guess. I'll get to the individual, fingers and stuff when I can. Her arm is definitely skinny. I think this is, yeah, I think this is definitely either a gymnast or ballerina, maybe. The feet make me think ballerina because of the way they're curved and stuff, but the face is also at an angle I'm really not used to drawing, so I'm like trying to like see it as shapes and less of a face, if that makes any sense, logical sense to you guys. I mean, I'm probably gonna draw it too big and then have to fix it because that's usually what happens when I draw heads. I'm just saying. Especially when they're in these weird angles. Yeah, the head's like, I'm gonna end up struggling with it. She has like a bun situation going on like right by her wrist. So like that's kind of where the head should, like this should kind of go like that. Forehead should go like this. And she has like eyelash situation going on, and her her nose. Like just barely protrudes. It's not even that big, and I'm like making it bigger than it is. I love kneaded erasers. You can make them as small as you want. So I can get little things like that done. And you only see like a triangle of her cheek, like that, kind of that situation. And this is like her eyebrow, kind of. So her nose really stops like that. And then she has her other eyebrow here. Very pretty woman. And I don't even know how to draw those lips because they don't even look like, oh. But I shouldn't be lazy, right, guys? I should still at least try. I mean, this is just a sketchbook, and what I was really most concerned about was getting the pose. But let me at least try. I'll try her upper lip. You can't even really see. It's more of her lower lip that you can see, and then her chin kind of comes out like so. You know what? I'm kind of happy with how the shape of the face went, even though it's not perfect, but and her nose isn't exactly the same as the nose she has in the drawing in the photo, but as I said, I'll take what I can get. And her hair kind of starts there and goes not that like that much up. I think her forehead isn't like that bumpy. It's like comes out a little bit like that. Yeah, that's better. And did I add this? Let me add this to, I'm gonna make sure this is in. So if you guys wanna like draw along with me, I have basically today's live streams, like images in a Pinterest board, and I did post the link down in the description box. So you guys can always go there, even if you come back and watch the live stream, like watch the replay of the live stream. I'm actually going to just quickly edit this live stream's, what's it called? The Pinterest board, because I did add some images that I thought maybe I would do, but then I was just kind of like, I don't feel like it. So yeah, let me just make sure this one's in there because I want you guys to be able to do it if you know, you want to join this live stream's Pinterest board or to look at it and draw it. So you guys can if you want. As I said, the link is down in the description box. You just have to copy and paste it into your browser or phone browser or whatever. Because I don't think it's not like a hyperlink, you know. All right, and then this is like, yeah, okay. I just have to get her eye, which is also at a very awkward angle to draw an eye, but as I said, we're gonna try. Okay. And she does have some eyeshadow going on up there, but I'm kind of happy with how her face turned out, considering how small it is compared to what I'm trying to do here. She kind of has this little. It's not exactly as the image, but she has like this little decorative thing on her. Make it a little bit closer to what the image is, since that it like kind of comes like that. I'm not gonna go through and draw all those pearls, but you get the idea. And then I just want to get her other arm because that is importante. Also, her hand is not that big. Like this. And like that. Yeah, her hand's like much smaller, so that's that looks like. And then her shoulder, her other shoulder, shoulder. I keep saying shoulder and I mean elbow. Her other elbow kind of goes here, and then we're going to be doing some foreshortening, which foreshortening is not my strong suit, unfortunately. I wish it was. This is actually supposed to be lower on the bun situation, so it should be more like that. And then you have her other hand coming up here. Again, I'm just putting placeholders for the hands because I'll be honest, I don't really feel like drawing hands right now. I just really want to get the pose down more than anything else. I think her wrist is a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay. And her thumb is like there. I gave her a thumb. I was nice enough to give her a little thumb there. All right. There's our first, I guess, figure study. I don't know what else. It took up the whole page in a very, like, there's all this space here, but maybe you can find something to fill that with. I don't know. I'm actually really proud of how that came out. But I think, oh, I know what I said I was going to do. I said I might go in with a pen or something, and I think I'll do just that because why not? Why not? This pen is not the best for this paper. Okay, well, let me try a different pen. One that's actually going to work for me. I think that. Watch this one not work either, but we're going to try it. It works better. A little bit better. I think maybe I spoke too soon. But I don't want it to be like strong, harsh lines. I just want it to be suggestive of, yeah, something darker, like more, just kind of, I guess, get the finalized lines down so they stand out more than like what I sketched, you know? Okay. As I said, I'm not gonna do her fingers because I just don't feel like it, especially that small. Um, so we'll leave her little glove hands. I don't know. Her little placeholder hands. Is that what we're gonna call them? Placeholder hands. I like that. Except they'll hold that place for as long as she exists. Because I'm not going back to drawing fingers. And I kind of like that. I know like my line work is a little wobbly, and I kind of like that. I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm just, it's a sketchbook. I'm fooling around with it. Well, I didn't mean to do that, but that happened. And I'm just refining it a little bit. She has a toe. And there's the top of the shoe. Not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, do. You know what? That's probably not the best idea. Because then graphite will get all over this side, but I think I want to just make it easier. Just to kind of suggest that there's something darker there. It's not just part of her skin. Okay. I like it. Oh, let me put a date. I've always put dates underneath my drawings because, I mean, I've never finished a sketchbook, but I've had sketchbooks in the past and like partially finished ones that I've looked over and I was just like, I don't know when the heck I drew this. So, and that's always kind of upset me, I guess, because then I don't know like how much progress I've made since then. But now I'm just gonna look for, I guess, another figure to draw, or I don't know. I don't know. Again, if you guys have any suggestions, I'm open to them. I don't know that I'll, you know, do them, but I'm always open to suggestions for subjects, I guess. But right now, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking up something to draw or something that inspires me to draw it. Because I really didn't have time to peruse Pinterest today and like in preparation for this. And I tried to make these Pinterest boards the day I'm going to be doing the live stream just because I'm picking stuff I'm in the mood to draw. If I do this a month ahead of time, it's harder to know if that's what I feel like I'm going to feel like drawing that day, if that makes sense to you guys. But honestly, right now, I'm not feeling much of anything because, like, I mean, I am, but the stuff I want to draw are like a big risk in the sense that I haven't drawn them in a while. Ooh, okay. I just came across like vintage sewing patterns, so I might be persuaded to do one of them. I think I will be. I don't know. I don't know. Have you guys ever come across like vintage patterns, like sewing patterns that they used to sell in the stores? And they just look so pretty. Like the colors, the way they like drew them. I mean, I wish it was more size inclusive because like obviously I'm not as thin as these women, but um I just think, we should be more size inclusive, but back then obviously that was less of a priority. So, but I still love the dresses. They're really cute. Um, hmm. Ooh, this one looks nice. I am tempted. I'm even tempted to kind of draw in that like style that they drew them in. I haven't found a dress that like is like, whoa, I gotta draw that dress, you know? Mm, there's a couple cute ones here, but like again, I'm looking. Ooh, okay, I think I found one. I think I found one. And it's an actual pattern you could go purchase on Etsy, which is hilarious to me. Um, so you could make this dress if you want to. If you see this dress and you're like, I gotta have it, or I'm gonna make it for someone else, or I don't know, you can if you want to, because it is purchasable. And I'm thinking I want a different pencil because I don't like how easily this pencil becomes dark. All right, we're going to start. I have an HB pencil here, which is a harder lead. So this is about where her head's going to be. And from there we kind of have shoulder, shoulder. And I'm just kind of doing the contours of her body. I'm not like gonna put her contours to like what I'm seeing. So like this is part of her dress. Nice bow. She's wearing a hat. Um, I don't know what happened to hats. Not that I would ever wear a hat because my hair just doesn't do well with hats, but like for people who have hair that would work perfectly with hats, why don't we wear hats anymore? I don't like these pretty hats, the ones that like people wear to like weddings and stuff. I don't know. I've always wondered about that. Also, her skirt is slightly cut off, so I like from the image. So I'm just going to kind of, I guess, make my own corner here because I don't have it. And this is actually great practice too for clothing folds because I don't often do clothing folds. So I highly recommend it in that sense. This is going here. Make sure it hits on her knee because she has her legs crossed. I want to make sure her hand touches the knee as it's Let's going. Okay, there. And just want to see. Okay, nothing in the chat. That's fine. But if you guys want to chat, you can. Or if you don't want to. That's fine too. Okay, so we have a leg coming down here. I might have made her longer than she needs to be, but we can fix that. So, like, meaning like I might have given her more height than she actually has. Also find it too how like fake looking these women are. Like this was just a bad time. But at the same time, I can't get over how cute the style was, even the art style, like and I'm talking about like the color, the way they colored these drawings, the way they drew the features, like stylized the features. As I said earlier, do I wish they were more body inclusive? Yes, because not every woman is going to look like this, but I think that unfortunately is the time period and not much I can do about that in retrospect. But maybe I can do a series at some point. If I get more comfortable with these, I might want to do like a series of like vintage style clothing, but like on more body, like different types of bodies. That makes sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm just rambling, but yeah, I think I might have given her a bit too much height. But as I said, all these things are fixable. And if it's light, I'm sorry, it's light right now. Like the line work, I'll go darker. You know, obviously once I get the line, like everything I need to get down. I think I have to, her shoe ends like at her other shoe, or her other leg's ankle. So but you can see how Barbies were inspired, you know, they're all the same body type. Like this could be a Barbie, really. I wouldn't have been surprised if she was a Barbie, or the inspiration for a Barbie outfit at some point. But again, not that there's anything wrong with that. I just wish, we were more size inclusive back then, but it's okay. And not even just size inclusive. I keep saying size inclusive. I mean like body inclusive, because even thin people don't all look like this, And I hate when I do this, but I'm going on the other page because I can never get a straight line. It should be more like that anyway. Okay, and then this kind of comes down to make her torso. Okay, and she does have a little bit of cleavage here, but we'll fix that more as we go. And the arm goes, it's going back, so we're going to have some foreshortening that's going to look a little weird initially, like her arm's going to look too small for her body. But again, we'll fix that. We'll fix all these things. We're just laying down the groundwork. And if you're new to the stream, if you weren't here earlier, you can find all the reference images I'm using for this stream a link in the description box. It's all on a Pinterest board, so you can just go there, and if you want to draw along, it's there. And she is wearing gloves. That's the other thing. We don't wear gloves anymore unless it's like cold outside. Not for fancy things, you know, like these people did. And her hand kind of is hidden by like this flower thing. I don't know if I'm going to draw it, but I think I might have made her shoulders too big. Or at least maybe this one. But as I said, we'll fix. Fix this a little bit. I'll probably be making her head a little bit bigger, but I just wanted to put like a placeholder for it. And then this shoulder's a bit different. It comes like down a lot. But this is a very like this isn't a photo of a person. This is like a stylized drawing for like a sewing pattern, I guess is the word for, yeah, that's what this is. A sewing. It's like the front cover of a sewing pattern. So it's just funny to see how they drew these people. And as I said, I like how they colored them. About here's where the glove starts. This hand I will draw, this one, because I feel like it. And it's not too difficult of a hand to draw. I mean, it's still a hand, and hands are difficult, but okay. And her neck, yeah, her head's gonna come out to like here. Let me just draw her neck real quick. Come over to that, but I also think the neckline on this dress is very interesting. Can be considered slightly scandalous too. I mean, look, it's pretty low. Not the low. Low. What do you call it? The low neckline. That's not how the neckline looks. It does have these pieces, but I'm like getting the bottom of it wrong. And the bow kind of comes out a little bit higher up there. Yeah, but when I finish this, you guys tell me if you think it's a cute dress on her. As I said, I think it's very cute. Once again, I'm focusing on details that I shouldn't focus on yet. Ooh, you have something in the chat. Let me see. You would be so kind, thank you. Oh, no worries. No worries. It happens. Can you hear me, Nicole? I think you're the first person that'll actually answer me. But which is okay. As I said, I don't want to pressure anybody to chat on the stream if they don't want to. You don't even have to answer me, Nicole. I just want to make sure, you know, that I'm not talking and, you guys can't hear me or anything like that. Oh, good. Okay, because I switched my audio that I was using, like the way I'm wearing my earbuds, so or my AirPods, so I wanted to make sure you guys can still, hear me. Because as I said, I switched up what I was using. So, and I'm just kind of locking things in for the head. And then I'm going to switch over to my mechanical pencil because I just prefer it when it comes to like details. And she's wearing this very interesting hat that I myself, if I was a hat person, would probably wear. So how is your day, Nicole? If you don't mind me asking. I hope things are a little bit. I know it's hot, but I mean it's hot here. I don't know about where you are, but it's always hot here. So because of I live in Florida, but okay, we have the neck, we have this thing. I'm gonna block this in a bit more, and then we can get on to details. To details. And I might be making her bow too big. But I don't care. Let her have a bigger bow. She deserves one. Oh, yeah. I mean, thanks. Thank you, Nicole. That's really sweet to say. I'm still I sometimes forget how much I've personally improved, and it's definitely good to like be kept in check. I guess it's like hard for me not to criticize because like my own work, but I feel like a lot of artists are like that. But it's still nice to have someone give credit where I guess credit is due. Um, yeah, general shapes, I that's why I try to start with general shapes. Um, and I think I've gotten better at doing that because before I would just like, you know, not do that. I would just, do whatever um, I thought was what I thought I was seeing in some sense. Um, when in actuality, what you want to do is focus on the shapes and less on like, oh, what is that I'm actually looking at? Because you want to draw the shape that you see, not like the nose. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're looking at a nose, you want to draw the triangle-ish shape. You don't want to draw what you think a nose looks like. So that's why it's like important to really focus on what you're looking at and kind of take away the context. A good exercise that my art teacher in the past had me do that really helps with that um, is doing a drawing upside down. So like flip whatever your reference photo is upside down, and it's you can kind of, what's it called? You draw it upside down, like you draw what you see. So you're going to draw whatever it is upside down, and then when you turn it over, like when you turn your drawing over, um, and compare it like right side up to the reference image right side up, you see the big, like you see how close you got, because it teaches you to see, like to draw what you're seeing and not so much look at the context of the thing, because we tend to draw like what we think we see instead of the shapes that make up the thing that we see, if that makes sense. And yes, please do send me. I know I don't answer a lot on Instagram. It's because like I'm usually working, so or like doing other stuff. But when I see stuff, I do respond when I can. So yeah, if you want to send me a picture of a hat you saw, I would love to see it. Oh, the carrot. I never heard of the carrot. What's the carrot method? And tracing's good. Tracing's a great way to learn how to draw. The trickiest things for me though are still the hands, unfortunately. And I think I'm gonna move on to this thing real. No, not yet, not yet. Still wanna. Just get the general shape in of the fingers that I'm seeing. I don't know if that's good enough. I mean, we'll modify it as I said, but I need my sharpener. That's what I need. Taking a quick sharpener break, and then I'm gonna take a quick water break, which I have my water here. Oh, a silhouette. Okay. Yeah, that's a great method because you're looking at shapes. I'm just taking some water because I've been talking. It's also important to keep hydrated, but that's besides the point. All right, I'm just gonna refine the skirt a little bit, and then I'll move to my mechanical pencil because I prefer to draw details with the mechanical pencil. And here I was thinking I made her too tall, and she's probably like the perfect, I made her the perfect height for what I ended up doing, you know? Okay, I don't think this is quite that big. It's more like that. This is more like that. I actually might have made her too tall. Oh well. We're gonna go with the flow. We're gonna, or maybe no, no, I think it's not perfect, but what can I say? None, there's never, I mean, there's hardly, unless you're a master, hardly ever a drawing that is. And okay, that goes that way. Okay, we have this skirt like that. Okay, so somewhere around there, I'm guessing. I'll fold. Up. Yeah, right. I'm short too, so I get that. Live tall if you can. Live tall if you can. She's shorter than this, but sometimes I do that. I make them either too tall or too short. It is what it is. She's living a taller life. I gave her some height. And then she has the sash here. Bow. And well, I mean, I'll go into more details there, but then I had to kind of impromptu this side of the skirt a little bit because it's not shown in the drawing or in the image, the reference image. So we'll take another quick water break. I think I'm actually gonna put this up this way. All right. All right. Let's get to details, shall we? Starting with her face, which I'm going to do this like this. I'm gonna kind of roll a little bit over it so then I can go in, darker. All right. Can't really get in the grooves there, but that's as close as I can get. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thanks, Nicole. I'll have to look at it after once the stream is over. I'm on till 9-ish. So once I hit there, I'll jump off and take a look. But thank you. All right. head because why not? And she has like this red, short, curly hair. It's really pretty. And of course, she has the perfect button nose because they're all drawn the same at this time period. Although the chin is a bit interesting. I wouldn't think they would, it's a little bit pointier than I would imagine people would draw because they always have the small, dainty features, but I like it. I like her chin. It looks like her ear is here, but her hair mostly covers it. Very cute. Hmm. Oh. Oh, it's a big from the Victorian. I'm sure I'll like it too. I think the Victorian era, like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the fashion that is really iconic, we kind of just moved away from. Which I mean, I get it. We're evolving as humans and whatnot, but I don't know. Some fashion I think should come back. I definitely think hats are one of them. I mean, again, I'm not a hat person, but like, because my hair just doesn't do well with that, but um, I wouldn't be opposed to them coming back and to seeing other people enjoy them, I guess. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, ignore my phone. Sorry. Sorry that we went black for a second. My mom called. I'll have to call her after the stream. But or maybe it didn't go black for you guys. It didn't. All right, that's good. And thank you, Nicole. That's very sweet. Happy early birthday to you if I don't see you or hear from you, I guess. I mean, I'm sure I'll just message you. Happy birthday. Um, but yeah, I am hosting a live stream on my birthday in the morning because I did take off for the day. Because my mom's actually visiting from New Jersey, so I took the whole day off and I figured I'd live stream at least in the morning before she gets here. And so I'll be doing that from, I believe, 10 to 12 on my birthday. Um, and then I'm still doing a live stream that week on Wednesday from uh, same time as today. So next week, same time, uh, 8 to, not 8, 7 to 9. So Yeah, if you guys want to join me, join me. If you can't, just I guess watch the replay. I decided what I'm going to do is actually a birthday portrait. I think that could be fun, especially if I like make it a tradition over the years and I can kind of see, I guess, how I change as I get older, although I'm not eager to say that, but um I think that could be kind of a fun tradition. So that's what I'll be doing, and I think I'm going to be coloring with color pencils. So, yeah, it'll be fun if you can join, and you can also watch the replay because I'll still post it. So, uh, I'm actually surprisingly really enjoying this. Really enjoying this drawing. I didn't expect it to be that enjoyable for me, but I am enjoying it. So yay. Also, sorry if you could hear my stepmother in the background. She was visiting. I mentioned earlier in the stream, I guess if you guys weren't here, I'll explain it again. But I don't live alone. I actually live with my step grandmother. She's staying here while the war in Ukraine is happening because that's her home. So she's safer here for obvious reasons. And she wasn't feeling too great this week, so she's been here most of the time. I mean, she's normally here anyway during my live streams, but my stepmom's usually not visiting her at that time, and she has been just because, her mother's sick, so she wants to check on her like, you know, any good daughter would, I guess. So that's why she was here, and I don't want to put them like too much. Like, I don't want to tell them like to be quiet because it's like this is their house too. So, um, and that's not something I'm going to do, you know. So that's why you can hear, and I'm not gonna stop them from doing what they're doing. So I do apologize if you could hear them. I tried to like minimize it by wearing my AirPods because normally I just talk. I have a microphone here that I'll normally talk into, and then just kind of like whatever sound it picks up. But because she's not feeling well, and my stepmother was here. Oh, okay. So you couldn't hear her in the background. Okay, that's good. But you could probably see her in the thing above my head. But in the door in the background. But yeah, that's why I wore the AirPods. Can you is the air is the volume, the sound quality like okay even though I'm wearing my AirPods? Because I could probably switch to my mic now if need be. Because I don't think she's going to be visiting again tonight. Oh, I completely like forgot the rest of her face. And also those very thin eyebrows, which I love my thick ones. So I don't know if I could live during this time when like eyebrows had to be super duper thin. She was wearing a little lipstick. Jane Seymour type. Yeah, I see it. I see that. I feel like all the vintage sewing, the vintage sewing patterns look like this. They all drew them this way. I mean, they were all wearing different dresses and outfits and things, but I feel like they all drew them kind of the same way, which is funny to me. 'Cause, I mean, obviously, people don't all look like this. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yep, I'm Armenian, so part of that plays into it as well. The thicker brows, thicker lashes, thicker hair. So I actually get mistaken for Italian a lot, which I don't mind. I love Italians. I love Italian food. I don't, you mistake me for Italian, I'm not gonna complain. Or Greek. I've also been mistaken as Greek. I just politely correct if I feel like it and move on with my life. I don't really care if you mistake me for something. You it's not a big deal to me. I get why it's a big deal to some people, but it isn't just, it's not for me. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, one of the nice things though about like people making their clothes at home is they could make this any size they want. They just had to, measure the correct measurements for certain parts of it. Like, I could make this dress for myself if I knew how to sew that good. But, I think that's one of the things that was good back then compared to like now, where like no one knows how, well, I mean, not no one, but like a lot of people, it's not a skill most people have. And because of that, you know, we're really reliant on what is being manufactured by these fashion companies, and a lot of times they aren't body inclusive, you know. So that's part of the reason I'm trying to learn how to sew, because I would love to just see a pattern that I like and, make it my own, make it fit for me, because I think that is a lost art and something we should maybe pick back up if we can. Mm, yeah, I get what you mean. I don't know. I guess like for me, because I have a bigger body, it's hard for me to like find clothes that I like that on me because they're not made for my body. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, I think I'm messing up her hand already. Yay! I don't think this goes down. I think it's more like that. I don't even think these people knew how to draw hands. Draw hands. Draw hands. That's what I meant to say. I wonder if they had models like that they drew these from. Yeah. I mean, you can still take a home ec class and I think learn the basics maybe, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're obsolete. Like those types of classes are obsolete in the next few years, sadly enough. I really don't think they teach what we should be learning in schools, like, like basic, I don't know how I feel about that hand, but I'm gonna go with it. Like basic things that we should all learn just to survive in this world. And unfortunately, like I'm even talking just how to, do basic saving for your future, or like, how to save for a house, how to invest your money and stuff like that. I think that would all be beneficial to us. And unfortunately, it's not stuff that we learn in school. We also like, they don't see cooking as important to learn. I'm sorry, if you're living on your own and you have no one, to really help you out, like, kind of important to know how to cook. Proportions. Okay. Proportions for me, I never, like, I still struggle with them. But the way I've gotten better with them, I'll be honest, is just drawing. I've like drawing figures, stuff like that. Um, I can recommend a couple books that might help. Um, Off the top of my anything by Andrew Loomis is really nice. I recommend How to Draw the Head and Hands. He'll show you the proportions of the face, which is really helpful because then you can at least start with portraiture. Um, the thing about it is, though, I mean, those are just guides. People are very, very different. Like like the basic proportions they'll teach you in those books, like artistic proportion and stuff like that, um, they don't apply to like everyone, you know. Um, like I've drawn portraits before of people, and I've just been like, this looks nothing like, what is considered proportionate. So the best thing I can tell you to do is, study what they think is like what they deem proportion for faces and for bodies and stuff like that. But also just draw, because you'll learn real fast that proportion rules don't, I mean, they're not going to be too much deviated, but they're going to be deviating from like the rules, what they consider the rules. Yeah, the home shopping network, well, most of the stuff on there I think you'll find is too expensive because they know they can get away with it a lot of the time. But yeah, unfortunately, that's just what they do. But even like making your own clothes isn't cheap. I mean, fabric is not cheap, you know. I think it's still more cost effective because at least you're getting exactly what you want, for the most part. Like if you can sew, is what I'm saying. Because you can make sure it's quality. You can have it be like you can do different seams, stuff like that, you know, and it's custom. Like you made that for you. This is cloth you picked. This is, if you get what I'm saying. I don't know. Maybe I'm rambling, but yeah, because proportions are different on everyone. Um, I think learning, as I said, the rules, what they deemed in the artist community as proportion, um, helps. But the only way you're going to get better at it is by practicing. Unfortunately, I know that's the answer most people don't want to hear, but draw as many different faces and people as you can find because that's how you're going to learn proportion. Trust me, I don't like that answer too. Yeah, with the fabric, it is. I think the best way to get fabric now is to buy dead stock or secondhand because you're also being like environmentally friendly by doing that. Or thrifting fabric, finding dresses or um, different things that have fabric that maybe people got rid of and they're selling for cheaper, that sort of thing. Very true. Yeah, they don't teach that. And I wish they did too. There's a lot of things they don't teach, but I definitely think that's something they should teach because beauty is we're finding that beauty is no longer just this one body type, you know, which is great. I think that's great that we're becoming more inclusive. There's actually quite a few disabled artists who draw disabled characters or original characters that they came up with, you know, and I think it should be um, more common because you said it's becoming um, more more of a thing. We should be celebrating all different types of people. I don't even think these folds are really accurate either of how fabric would look, but hey, I'm copying a drawing from a sewing pamphlet, so I guess I really, it is what it is. But I'm having a lot of fun doing this drawing. And I might do more in the future. Oh, same. It's a gorgeous dress. You should see the pattern. I don't know that I'll be drawing it. I'll see if I have time, I'll draw it. But the pattern of the fabric, there's like these beautiful flowers on it. Very beautiful dress. And I bet it would be very nice to have in anyone's closet. You can buy it, as I said, it's for sale. They have it at on Etsy. I mean, you won't have the same color fabric, but even just the dress itself. I love vintage clothes. Like, I think it's gorgeous. So for me, like if I could have a dress like this, I would be one happy person, you know. Um, yeah, I don't know that I'm gonna draw fabric, like the pattern of it, but I might. Who see? Who knows? I don't. I certainly don't know. I'm just going as we go. Oh, I'm completely forgetting her legs. That's not good. uh, and her shoes. Her shoes are very cute, I must say. Very cute shoes. I'm not someone who buys a lot of shoes, and I think her shoes are very nice. I also think it's kind of sad how like we draw fashion models too. Like if you ever saw how people draw like fashion drawings, like drawings for fashion designers, like how they teach you to do that. Um, it's very like they're very tall, skinny women. Like just that's how they draw. Even the men too, they draw them very tall and very skinny. And not all bodies are that way. And I get that like high fashion probably doesn't make clothes for people who are not appearing that way, but we're still not progressive enough, I guess. Just having some water. Ooh, candy's a good thing to draw. I'm gonna have to fill in this space somehow. Or maybe not. It's my sketchbook. I can do what I want with it. Past me would be so surprised I said that. Because definitely my type A self would not be okay with all this blank space. And it's not. But at the same time, I'm not gonna get upset, you know? All right, other shoe. You can see it better, the cutouts. Mhm. Really like how she came out. Yeah, that's true. I could color it later if I want to. Hi, I'm doing well. How are you? Just chilling and drawing and chatting. The usual. Uh, yeah, I think I'm done with this drawing. I feel done. Maybe a couple things here I could add. All right, now I might be done. Oh. Let's see. I think I'll draw one more thing, but it's gonna be kind of small. It's probably gonna be here. I kind of feel like drawing another like dress like this, but maybe something that won't take quite as long. That's nice that you're drawing too. My favorite medium, that's very hard. I would have to say traditionally it would be the old pencil and paper. Um, I'd like gouache, but I'm not like I don't do it that much because like I don't feel like I know how to use it. So for me, it's not that easy. I also like the idea of watercolor and markers, and I'm still learning them. But I would say right now, I'm definitely in a pencil paper kind of mood. And then when I'm drawing digital, I like my my Apple Pen and my iPad. What about you? What's your favorite medium? What about you too, Nicole, if you're still there? Um, Tell me your favorite, or anyone who's here, just tell me your favorite medium. I think that's a great question. This is an interesting dress. I don't know, man. I don't know what to draw. I want to draw like one more thing here, but I don't want to make it like too big. To draw, what to draw? Also, if you guys have a quick second and could give like this video a like, that would be nice. But you don't have to. I just something I remembered and something we're told to say. We want to grow an audience because believe it or not, likes help videos. Yeah, I don't know what to draw here. So if anybody has suggestions, I'm in a very much either portrait or vintage fashion mood. Do you guys think I should just do a vintage dress here again, but like smaller? Because that's kind of where I'm leaning. But I'm looking for one that's not going to take me as long as this one did. I swear, some of the dresses these people came up with, like, why don't we dress like this now? Watercolor and crayon, yeah. The classics. The classics, Nicole. I really should get back into crayon. I feel like crayon is underrated and it's making its way back. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, graphite is interesting. I find it difficult to work with personally. It's not my favorite medium, but that's just because I don't like messy things. And I feel like graphite can be pretty messy. Ugh, I definitely want to do a series of like vintage dresses, but like um more size inclusive, I guess, or different body types. Because all these women are thin, thin, with the same shoulders, the same head, the same face. I mean, I get it; they're just trying to sell clothing patterns, but man, oh man, my hair. Same, same. I am literally just winging it here with the fabric, my friend. Because unfortunately, the only way to get better is to unfortunately do it. I know, to draw it. It's the only way we get better at these things. Um, oh, if you if you're new to the live stream or you just came on, I do have a link to the Pinterest board that I'm putting all these reference images on if you want to draw along with me. I know fabric's not really your forte. If you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to. I just, if anyone needs something to draw or wants to draw along, I figured I'd offer a place where you guys can go for that. This has to go out way further than I did it. And even like comes out like more like that. Jeez. This is a big skirt. Okay. Shapes, my friends. That's where we start with the shapes. Alright. And then we need a head. We need a head. We should probably have one of those, right? I mean, we don't. Or this could be just a mannequin drawing if I really don't feel like. I don't know. I'll give her a head. I'm nice, right? We can be nice here. We're friends. We give heads to people. Mm, okay, so I don't even know where to begin with this. head is here. She has some sort of earring thing going on. Yeah, who needs a head? Um, I hate when that happens. I have that happen all the time on my like I'll be on like YouTube or some other website and then the page just doesn't want to load. Like if I click on something, it doesn't want to load after that. And I'm just like, you were working fine like 2 seconds ago. The internet's working. My internet's not bad. So like it should work. I mean, it on occasion it goes down because the company, that's just unfortunately what happens sometimes, but it's like even when it's not supposed to be down, I'm like, well, what's going on here? She can have a very deformed head. That's what she can have. I don't know what I'm doing with her head right now. I just really don't want to draw it. And it is turning out exactly the way I think a head would turn out if someone doesn't want to draw it. You know? Whatever. She has a head because I was nice and I gave her one. She should thank me. Now, the real question is arms. Because, like, her arms are definitely long. I don't know where she got them. I don't think most people's arms are this long. Like, these arms are not proportionate. You know, like we were talking about, Nicole, these are not proportionate by a long shot. Just putting placeholders at this point. At this point. And I think I might have made her just a tad too broad in the shoulders, but who cares? I certainly don't. I think it's perfectly fine. Why do I feel like something's crawling on me? There wasn't, but you know. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know what happened. The internet is fun and weird and annoying. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, look at this. Her arms are so long. I don't understand. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there who have long arms, but like the this long, I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. That's why I was hesitating to draw them. man, I love this dress. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna draw the dress, and what happens, happens. Okay, shoulder looks like it comes out there. And interesting. A very interesting physique. But if you notice, most of these vintage drawings, yeah, stretch Armstrong. That's funny. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. I definitely did not draw her chest correctly. I think her body needs to be a little bit longer. I'm improvising a little bit just because why the heck not? She at least has a little bit more to her arms than this woman. I mean, this woman, her arms are thin as thin. Again, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I feel like at least we have a little bit of a variation, I guess, in the arms. It's just they're a little bit. I didn't even make her arm as long as it probably should be. That's hilarious to me. Definitely have a broad rib cage, giving her a slightly bigger waist. But yeah, Nicole, don't learn. I mean, if you want to learn like actual proportion, I don't think most people have this kind of proportion. Um, I mean, maybe there's someone who has similar proportion, but I definitely do not think it's quite like this. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different. Yeah, right. Some variation. We like variation here. We are fans of variation in this house. I think her skirt's probably a little bit longer. I mean, her arms are pretty long, so I think her legs should be. You see what I mean, Nicole? Like here, I made her too tall. Here, I'm making her too not tall, short. Short, I guess is the correct, the opposite of tall. Like her torso needs to be longer, and I'm just not doing that. No, I didn't mean to erase your chin like that. What I want to do is very long neck too. Long neck. But you know what? That's okay. Pine trees, yeah. Again, with pine trees, you kind of just, I don't know. It depends how like detailed and up close you're going with pine trees, I guess. Because I have like a method to pine trees that I use, but I don't know if it's like what you're trying to achieve, you know what I'm saying? Well, it's okay. You have to go, you have to go. Wait, seriously? Thought something else was crawling on me. Oh. All right, this one I'm not having as much fun with, and that's only because I'm struggling so hard, my friends. Oh, yeah, yeah. Um, my suggestion would be to see how other people draw them. You know, look at like artwork done of trees, of pine trees. Um, and I'm not saying like obviously don't copy them unless you're just trying to, learn from them. Like don't, if you want to just learn from them, that's fine. But don't like sell or try to like claim their artwork as yours, which I'm sure you already know. But you could definitely copy it for practice purposes. But beyond that, I would say like that's one way to kind of, oh my God, her arms. Um, I swear her arms actually look like this. I'm not like joking. Oh my God, I'm gonna fix her arms. I can't draw her arms like this. This is ridiculous. Her arm comes like out like this. It Even that doesn't look right. I have to fix her arms. I can't do this. So yeah, that's my suggestion. Looking at how other people do that. Oh my God, that still doesn't look right. You know what? It's a sketchbook drawing. I'm not gonna like get so hung up on it. I don't know. Definitely not my best drawing, but that's okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, people think, you gotta draw every single pine needle when you draw a tree or every single leaf. No, that's typically not like when we look at a tree, we don't see every single leaf. I mean, at least I don't. Um, Maybe some people do. And if you do, I'm a little envious, but 'cause that's probably a cool way to see things, but that's not how things look typically to us. So, all right, oh, it's my hair that's making me think something's touching me. Gotta love it. Like I'm not drawing this girl's hand. Like it's too, I don't even know what it is. It doesn't, it's too small. Wow, my attempt at like drawing this section was not going as well as I thought. How did I start this art channel at first? Um, so I actually have had this name for a while, Creatively Chrissy. Like this account existed for many, many years. I didn't post my first video until July of 2022, at the end of it actually. And it took a lot of courage. I will definitely not minimize that because it was something I was definitely nervous about doing because I don't know, I think that's like something most people experience when they first start a YouTube channel. I mean, maybe not, but and I just thought of, I mean, I was really inspired by Kelsey Rodriguez. I was watching her videos a lot at the time, trying to like learn how, you know, the algorithm worked and stuff like that. But honestly, while like a lot of that stuff is helpful, I was also watching regular YouTubers and like looking at how, you know, they did stuff, like how they got their start and all this sort of thing. Um, Again, and I'm gonna emphasize this, like you should only do it if you're having fun. Otherwise, you're really quickly going to get burnt out um, and not want to do it. That's just the unfortunate truth of it because it is a lot of work. Like, I prefer live streaming more than making videos because it requires less of my time to video edit, and I'm not a big fan of editing. It's just not my favorite thing to do with my time, and I tend to procrastinate it, which is also not good. But I can't help it. That's just how I am when it comes to that sort of thing. But you have to just figure out what you like to post. And in the beginning, you're not going to know what you're doing. Like, you're just not. And that's part of the process. You're also not going to know what videos do well. I mean, you can guess, but like some videos that you think are going to do really well just end up flopping for whatever reason. And the ones that you think aren't going to do well end up doing well for some reason. You just don't want to pigeonhole yourself because I think that might be happening to me right now. I'm starting to be known as like a sketchbooking channel, like a traditional sketchbooking channel. And I don't want to just be known for that, even though like it's not a bad thing, I guess. But just post a lot of video, like just not a lot of videos, but I would say at least do one video whenever you can, but definitely post consistently. Like if you're posting every week, post every week, same day, same time, because YouTube loves that. That's the only like hard thing I would say to know about the algorithm. That's the only thing you really need to know. Um, don't put copyrighted music, like the basics, like definitely watch the videos for the basics, but there's no formula, I guess I should say, to getting big quick is what I'm saying. Otherwise I would have used it. I would have used it. Um, there, it's just trial and error, and everyone's journey is different. Like, there's no way I could predict. Like, I have no idea. Like, I'm not monetized. I have no idea when I'm going to be monetized, and I'm okay with that, you know? Um, I have no idea when I'm going to reach a certain milestone. It's all up in the air, and you have to be okay with it. You just have to kind of enjoy the journey. And again, I know not a lot of people like to hear that, but it's the fact. That is how it is. And I'm enjoying the journey. I'm finding ways to enjoy the journey. Definitely do a mix of things that you like to make, like videos you like to make, a mix of videos you think your subscribers like, and a mix of things that you think are going to get you new followers, like bring new people in. So that, I think, is the extent of the advice I am at least qualified to give. Because, as I said, I myself am nowhere near to making it big on here, and that's okay. When I make it, if I make it, that's when it happens, you know? But you gotta enjoy the process, because if you don't enjoy the process, it's gonna be a long road ahead of you. And I hope that helped answer your question. But I think I might start winding down, because I myself am getting pretty tired. All right, I think I'm gonna wind down the stream now. I want to thank everybody who came for coming, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate people hanging out, people chatting with me. It's great to have people to talk to while I'm drawing. So, yeah, it's been a fun time. I really enjoy hosting these live streams. There's actually going to be 2 next week. One on Wednesday, same time slot as now, 7 to 9 at night, Eastern Standard Time. And the other one is going to be on my birthday. So yeah, that'll be April 28th. And I'll be doing it in the morning because my mom is coming up to visit me. Or not up, down to come visit me. So that one's going to be from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. I'll be hanging out on live stream. I'm going to be doing a portrait, a birthday self portrait, and I'm probably going to do a rough sketch ahead of time so I have enough time to finalize the sketch and then do some color pencil work with it. So that's going to be what's happening next week. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for joining. I hope you have a good rest of your week. Sunday, I'll be posting a video. Thank you to Nicole. And I'm so sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, but Amune. Please tell me if I do it wrong. But thank you both for coming and chatting with me. And good night, everybody.